It's your boy, the chosen one, and I'm back. And I just remember the way the NFL used to be, how more exciting and more entertaining the game was. I want to say back, from all the way to from the mid 90s, all the way up to about maybe 2009 to 2010. That's I want to say 94 all the way to 2010. The NFL was actually very thrilling and very entertaining to watch. And when you watch the games, it almost felt like you were a part of it. You see what I'm saying? It felt like I don't know, man. It's basically the modern day gladiator sport. And it's supposed to be the biggest form of entertainment in America right now. Okay? But certain things have been concocted and been pulled over. We've had the wool pulled over our eyes, man. That's basically what it's coming down to. And man, I hate to pull the race card, man. I really do. I hate to do these things, man. But it's some bullshit going on in the NFL, man. And basically, their goal and their mission. You have to understand, the NFL owners are all Freemasons. They're all part of the Zionist, fake Jewish, Zionist, satanic cult known as the Freemasons. And the 32 NFL owners actually have to meet up with the Bilderberg Corporation every year to secretly decide who they want to win the Super Bowl to control the masses and to make more material profit for the NFL and for their franchise. Okay, it's all fixed and set up, and it's all rigged up, man. If you haven't figured that shit out by now, man, this video is not for you. Period. Point blank. So basically, these owners, their major goal is to sabotage the dominant, successful black athlete. That is their goal. Okay? Remember what they did to Terrell Owens, how they perceived him? Oh, he's a locker room distraction. He's not a team player. He's a troublemaker. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? No criminal convictions. No documented mental disorder. None of that, man. He was a cool dude off the field. On the field, he fucking broke records, and he helped his team win on every fucking team he was on, man. They sabotaged T.O., Terrell Owens. They sabotaged Randy Moss, because Randy Moss would never kiss any coaching staff's ass. So Randy Moss, T.O., who else did they sabotage? They're currently sabotaging Adrian Peterson and Ray Rice. So that's four. That's four dominant black athletes. Who else did they get? I got a list of people. Darren Sharper, Warren Sapp, Ray Lewis. Oh, the Ray Lewis murder charge. The Ray Lewis murder charge in the early 2000s was to tarnish his image. Okay, because he's basically the greatest middle linebacker of all time. Okay, but they didn't succeed there because he was found innocent. Oh, they did it to Deshaun Jackson. Okay, the Eagles, Chip Kelly and the Eagles owner, they released Deshaun Jackson. Okay, and not only did they release him when he was their number one receiving threat, they came out and claimed that he had ties to a Crip gang out in Long Beach. And I'm like, what? Like, why would you release a man? He has nothing to do with your organization anymore. You released him. And then all of a sudden you come out of the blue and say he had ties to a gang. Well, if you knew he had ties to a gang coming out of college, what the fuck did you sign him for and pay him millions of dollars to play for your football team for? So now the Eagles just made themselves look like fucking idiots. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. You sabotaged Adrian Peterson for whooping his child. Everybody whoops their fucking child. Okay? It's really sad, man. It's really sad. Ben Roethlisberger rapes a woman and rapes two women, because it's two separate counts of rape they had against Roethlisberger in 2011, and both of the charges were dropped, and we never heard about it ever again. So those girls took a payday. They took a big paycheck of hush money, and we never heard about it ever again. Okay? They never suspended Big Ben. They didn't do anything. They just dropped the charges and forgot about it. Okay? And if you really want to think about it and really get deep with it, because I can get deep with this shit, man. I can really get deep with this shit. They're not even drafting dominant black athletes at certain positions like they should. Adrian Peterson was the last real dominant running back, real force at running back drafted in the past almost 10 years, 8 to 10 years. Okay? And as far as defense, see, this is what's ruining the NFL and what's ruining the game of football for the NFL. I'm going to go into that right now. And it's the defense. It's the defense. It's the the defenders and the running backs that are not being drafted. And I'm getting ready to prove that shit right now. Where is the modern day Lawrence Taylor? Where is the modern day Ronnie Lott? Where is the modern day Rod Woodson, Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, rest in peace, Troy Polamalu, Charles Woodson, Brian Dawkins, Bob Sanders, Darren Sharper, Adrian Wilson, Warren Sapp, Reggie White, Bruce Smith, and Julius Peppers? I'm talking about defenders. When those motherfuckers lined up on the other side of the field, they took over a whole goddamn game and they carried the whole team on their back. And offensive players, tight ends, receivers, when they took that over the middle route, they knew that they were risking life and limb to catch the goddamn football over the middle. Because you had trained assassins. You had trained fucking assassins whose job it was just to seek and destroy like a goddamn missile. Like I said, Lawrence Taylor, Ronnie Lott, Rod Woodson, Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Troy Polamalu, Charles Woodson, Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, Bob Sanders, Darren Sharper, Adrian Wilson, Warren Sapp, Reggie White, Bruce Smith, and Julius Peppers. Why aren't these defenders being drafted? Why every time on ESPN in the NFL, when they show NFL highlights, it looks like 7-on-7 playground flag football bullshit? Why are all these stiff All-American white pocket passers getting anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 Mississippi to throw the goddamn football? And why when they get their little fucking their arms or their shoulders grazed by a defender, the referees are so quick to throw the fucking flag? Now they passed a rule in the NFL where running backs can't lower their shoulder and thrust their head into the defender's shoulder pads. So now a flag can be thrown whenever, When you see what I'm saying? It's a joke. It's a complete farce. We already know that this is a big setup to sabotage black quarterbacks, dominant black athletes, and I hate to say it, it's the truth, to make white athletes look better and to make them relevant in the game. Okay, that's the ultimate goal for all of this, people, is to keep white athletes relevant in the National Football League. So they're not even drafting real running backs anymore. What they're drafting is little tiny scat backs, little scat backs, little tiny 5'8", 5'7", 6', 160, 170 pound nobodies really. I'm being honest about this. Where are the Jim Browns, the Walter Paytons, the Earl Campbells, the Eric Dickersons, the LaDainian Tomlinsons, the Adrian Petersons, the Barry Sanders, the Emmitt Smiths, the Terrell Davises, the Curtis Martins, and the Marshall Faulks? Where the hell are they? You see, it's a farce and a fix and a goddamn setup. And it's a joke. And they destroyed the greatest sport, the greatest physical contact sport ever invented. They destroyed it. Okay? You got the only little scat back I give a pass to is DeAnthony Thomas, the Black Mamba, because DeAnthony Thomas, from what I've studied the kid ever since he was in high school. That kid in the open field, his getaway speed is faster than Deion Sanders. He has Deion Sanders speed in the open field. So he can get a pass for being that small. Okay? And the only stiff, boring pocket passer I'm going to give a pass to is Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning knows what defense you're going to be in before you get in it. And when the ball is hiked, he's going to get the ball out in 1 to 3 Mississippi. The ball is going to be out to wherever it's going to go. Okay? So the only pocket passer I give a pass to is Peyton Manning, and the only scat back I'm going to give a pass to is DeAnthony Thomas. Everybody else is a fraud. Everybody else is a fucking fraud. Okay? They are not drafting the most talented quality defenders and running backs in these goddamn NFL drafts. Okay? And when you have a little scat back, that means any overrated defensive lineman or any overrated linebacker, their job is going to be easier to make the tackle and to make the play on that little tiny scat back. Okay? When you have when you don't draft dominant defenders, receivers can go over the middle at will. And quarterbacks can sit back, eat a fucking sandwich, and throw a touchdown pass. Look at the biggest fraud in NFL history, Tom Brady. I'll make a whole nother video about that fraud. He's only as good as his fucking offensive line. From the year 2001 to 2012, he was the least sacked quarterback in the whole NFL. It's not because of his athleticism. It's not because of his release time of the football after it's hiked. No, he's not even in the top 10 of release time. And we all know he's stiff and boring as hell. He has no athleticism. So why in the fuck is he the least sacked quarterback in the past 10 years? Let's see. How about that fucking steroided offensive line he has? Because if you look at his video, he has anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 Mississippi to throw the fucking football. And guess what? I can take a 6'1", 6'3", high school All-American quarterback, put him behind that offensive line in New England, and guess what? He'll win me 12 games. I'll bet any of you motherfuckers $3,000, $5,000. A 17-year-old kid, 6'3", 220 pounds, behind that Patriots O-line, I bet you he gives me 12 wins. And you know what? When Matt Castle had to start in 2008, when Tom Brady blew his knee out in the third game, and Matt Castle had to start, he led the fucking Patriots to a 12-4 season, people. And guess what his last start was before his first start of that season? Matt Castle. He didn't even have a fucking start. All the way back to high school was his last start. Matt Castle didn't even start in college, people. His last start before his NFL start, that 2008 year, was high school. So a fucking high school quarterback led the motherfucking Patriots to a motherfucking 12-4 season. And who's in the Patriots division? You got the Dolphins, sorry as fuck, haven't been to the playoffs in this millennium. The sorry ass Bills, sorry as fuck, haven't been to the playoffs in this millennium. And you had the Jets, who are sorry as fuck and have only been relevant from 2009 to 2011. And they haven't been relevant from 2009 all the way back to 1990. Shittiest goddamn division in all of the NFL. So Tom Brady and the Patriots have had a free fucking ride to the playoffs from 2001 all the way to now, people. He's a big sham. He's a big ass fraud farce. When I watch Tom Brady and the rest of these fake ass pocket passers, it just reminds me of 7-on-7 flag football, people. And that's what the NFL, that's what it's going to. That's what it's leading to, people. All these helmet-to-helmet concussions, all these fucking injuries. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna do away with. Remember where you're hearing this first. They're gonna do away with the linemen. They're only gonna have little scat backs, and they're gonna have little tiny ass receivers, and they're gonna have little tiny ass defenders. I'm telling you right now. And this is to push the dominant black athlete out of the NFL, man. That's what it's all about. These defenders, remember when defenses were feared? When they played as a goddamn unit? When motherfuckers would get hit and the ambulance would be outside of the stadium just waiting for somebody to get fucked up when the Ravens played the Steelers on Monday night. On Sunday night, you knew somebody was going to get fucked up. What is it like now? It's like 7-on-7 flag football. Defenders do not play with defensive pride. So every fucking play is a pass play. The quarterback has from 3 to 5, 7 Mississippi to throw the fucking football. It's a joke. The NFL is a fucking joke. It's a joke, people. It almost puts me to sleep. What attracted me to the sport when I was 13 was great running backs who had vision, power, and speed, and elusiveness, and ball carrier vision, and dominant defenders who played with defensive swagger. The NFL does not have that shit anymore. So guess what? It's going to crumble. It's going to crumble. More and more people are going to find out it's fixed for TV ratings, and the broadcasting networks, and for money for the casinos. Okay, people are finding that out right now. Okay, I have 2 other videos that prove that shit. It's all fixed in a farce anyway. And what I'm saying is all dominant black athletes need to leave the fucking NFL, leave college football, leave that shit alone. Because college football is really pimping y'all motherfuckers, man. The college coaches are making millions, hundreds of thousands, millions, but the players are bringing in all the fucking revenue for that whole fucking college football program and that school. And you telling me you can't give all the starters for that football program 50 to 90 racks after they graduate just to make sure they're taken care of all the way up until they can find a fucking job? Damn. Y'all raping them. Y'all fucking Man, y'all pimping them. Y'all pimping these NFL athletes because y'all never want to pay the fucking top running backs, top receivers, top defenders. Every fucking offseason, what do you hear? Oh, so-and-so is holding out of camp. So-and-so is holding out of camp. So-and-so wants off the team. So-and-so wants to get traded. Why? Why? If a motherfucker is putting up 1,500 yards, 2,000 yards, why the fuck can't y'all Jewish owners just give the motherfucker what he deserves? You know what I'm saying? It's a joke, man. It's a fucking joke, dude. Like I'm saying, man, it's all fixed. It's all a farce. Detach from professional sports. All the black, hey, spread the word. If you know a kid, if you know a dominant athlete in high school, you know a dominant athlete in college, tell them to get they goddamn ducats together, get they money together, man. Come together and get their own fucking league, man. Fuck these Zionist Jews, man. This shit done pissed me off, man, because football was my first love, was my favorite fucking sport, man, and they fucking ruined it. They gonna turn that shit into some sissy ass flag football, touch, wrap up football with no linemen. Remember who told you? It's gonna be just like 7-on-7 PE flag football. To make these stiff, boring, white, all-American QBs look good, to sabotage the quarterback, and to sabotage any dominant black football player. I'm telling you right now, man, that this shit is real. Stop and think about it, man. Why aren't these dominant athletes, running backs, and dominant defenders in the NFL, why are they not being drafted like they used to be, man? The only team that's playing with defensive swagger is the Seattle Seahawks. And that's one team out of 32. Come on, man. Y'all gotta wake up, man. They're feminizing the sport. They're sissifying it. And I bet money that this next Super Bowl winner is going to be the first state that legalized homosexual marriages. Remember where you heard it first. It's the chosen one, man. Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to get out of this goddamn NFL, man. And if you know anybody, any kid that's coming up that's real talented, man, get an organization together to where we can get our own football league again, man. That's not fixed, man. That has real fucking football. What football's all about. Running the goddamn football and playing defense, man. It's the chosen one, man. I'm out.